What's good, y'all? This is more context and clarity on blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. I think it's very important. It is very important for us all to understand and know. When I was on TikTok on live the other day, somebody asked me this, and I looked these things up, and it's something that we all should know because I didn't even have the full understanding of it. But when I found this out, it gave more clarity to me. Let's get it. The sin of blaspheming the Holy Spirit is essentially the sin of rejecting Christ. By continually rejecting God's free gift of salvation in Jesus, a sinner sears his conscience, ignores the voice of the Holy Spirit, and stiffens his neck. Blasphemy against the Holy Spirit is willful and persistent rejection of God's power and work, specifically by attributing the work of the Holy Spirit to Satan. In the Gospels, Mark 12:31-32, Mark 3:28-30, and Luke 12:10. Jesus heals a demon-possessed man who was blind and mute. The Pharisees witnessed this undeniable miracle, but in their malice and opposition to Jesus, claim he is casting out demons by the power of Beelzebub, Satan, the prince of demons. Jesus responds by warning that while all other sins and blasphemies can be forgiven, blasphemy against the Holy Spirit cannot. The Pharisees were not speaking out of ignorance. They observed an obvious divine miracle and deliberately chose to deny the source of that power, attributing it to evil forces. And we got some verses to end it off. Mark 3:28-30. Easy to read version. I want you to know that people can be forgiven for all the sinful things they do. They can even be forgiven for the bad things they say against God. But anyone who speaks against the Holy Spirit will never be forgiven. They will always be guilty of that sin. Jesus said this because the teachers of the law had accused him of having an evil spirit inside of him. Then we got Luke 12:8-10. I tell you, if you stand before others and are willing to say you believe in me, then I will say that you belong to me. I will say this in the presence of God's angels. But if you stand before others and say you don't believe in me, then I will say that you do not belong to me. I will say this in the presence of God's angels. Whoever says something against the Son of Man can be forgiven, but whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven. Much love and peace unto you, and I pray that bring more clarity and more understanding, more context on blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. That's important for us all to know. Thanks for that question being brought forth in the comments. Much love and peace unto you all.